Hello and welcome to BISP Solution. So we are going to continue our Oracle Fusion financial sessions. So in the previous sessions we have completed how to create a chart of accounts and assign the chart of accounts, and how to create the segments under the manage structures, and how to make the accounting combination by that. Okay, so and in the previous session we have seen how to create the legal entity, and before creating a legal entity we know how to create, how we have to create the legal address. And we have already also covered about some roles and data access users, and we have also seen how to create a general, and how to create a general, and how to post it, and how to save it, and what is the use. And we have also covered the importance of IT security manager as well. So in the today's sessions we are today's session we are going to see it, we are going to create a business unit. Okay, we have covered the legal entity, we have covered the legal entity, and we have covered the primary ledger. Now the third and most important part of this is the business units. So we have already know what is the business unit. So how we will navigate in the application and create the business unit. Okay, before we create a business unit we have to create a location, as we have already seen in the legal entity. Before we create a legal entity we know we have to create the legal address. Same as goes to this business units. Before we create a business unit we have to create the location. Okay, so again we will go to a project that we have created. Again, in the settings and actions and the setup and maintenance, again we go to other project, as we all know how to go to a project. Okay, again manage implementation program, and it's this is okay. Here we have to search the manage locations. Okay, okay, again in the task button we have go through the manage locations. Again here manage locations we will go to the task, and we click on the action button, and it will navigate us. Okay, so here you can see that we have to create a location. When we create a location this will be, we can search it from here. Okay, we click on create. Here, okay, we have to create a begin manage location. Okay, here you can see the location site. The common site is already defaulted given by the Oracle. Why? Because it will be various location sets are available, that is AU council project, this is all has been configured. Okay, we will use this common set for success. Okay, so now here we will create a my location. Okay, we will give the location information here. So we will give this name to location. Okay, and copy and paste it from the code. We will just fill out the mandatory part. It will give you the status that this address is active, it is not been closed. If this active address will gone inactive, we can choose it from inactive. Okay, here we'll see given the address, and first we will just write again from the zip code we will search it. Okay, okay, we give this address, that is test 1 address. Okay, so we can find it here you can see the shipping details, whether ship to site is available, it is yes, and so this is all the same address where a ship to site, bill to site, and official site. If you want to change you can just click on no, and you can change the information about the shipping details. Here it is also ask you to fulfill the extra information. If the property is rented, we can just choose this property is rented, and we can add the property. Okay, here we can give the information about the properties. Okay, So this is how you can add the location here. If there is a legal employer that is operating at this location, suppose many employer is working on the legal address of premises, okay, location. So we have to, if there is any legal employer who is working towards this location where we have assigned the location, you can just add this legal employer, or you have to search it and assign this. Okay, here you can see the legislative information is also provided. Okay, so here you can give all the information under this head. Okay, so we have just given only the information that is required for, and we click save and submit. Okay, and we click submit. Okay, so we have created a location. So remember, before creating the location, before creating a business unit, we have to create the location. When we give test, and okay, we will search it here. I'll click and start. Okay, let's see whether our address has been saved or not. We will back to this again. We will search the test one, and let's see. Yeah, you can see the test one location has been created. If we want to edit this location, you can edit from the pencil icon. If you want to create this, here you can see that manage in spreadsheets we will do, and when we do the rapid implementation program, how to manage the business unit, how to manage the location in the spreadsheets. Okay, we will click done, and we will now create, we will create the business unit. Okay, now first we have to go and we have to assign the task manage business unit. Okay, when you click the manage business unit, you go to the task. Here you will see manage business unit. You can see that there is a line in the this task, that manage business unit, assign business unit business functions. Here you can see manage business unit data access for users, and manage business unit set assignment. So this is all are aligned back to back. First we will go and manage a business unit that we haven't created, so we will create a business unit. Okay, if we have created the manage, if we have created our unit, it will show up here, but we haven't created. So again, from the add icon, we create a business unit. Okay, we will give the name of this business unit, test one US business unit, and the manager. If this business unit is handled by the manager, we will assign the manager here, and we go further. Okay, here's the active option. If this business unit is active, it is checked. If this business unit is inactive, then we will just uncheck this box. Here the location, what we will put the location. Here we already set the location here. Okay, we will just add this location, and default set as we have seen there, the common. Okay, we will just select the common default set. Okay, and we click save and close. Now after clicking save and close, you will see this, that we have created a business unit. Okay, so now what is the steps of creating the business unit? First we have to create the location where the business unit is situated. Then we have to create a business unit. Okay, so now we will assign the business unit to business unit to business function. Okay, here we will select again to the go to ask option. Here it is ask you whether you want to manage a business unit, or whether you want to assign business unit business function. We will create select and add and apply and go to task. Here you can search it. After creating search, we have to click on here. Don't click on the test on the name icon. If you click on name, it will navigate to you this name page where you can edit or decide it. Select anywhere else and click save and close. After you click save and close, you will be assigned to the business unit functions. Here you have to assign, we have to select the business function, what business function this business will perform. Okay, until we don't select the business of the business functions, the Oracle will not understand and it will not report the business function that we haven't selected. We have to enable every business function here. Okay, we have to select this business function. We want to select all business function. Okay, we will select all business function. Okay, because we want to see if we don't select any one, it will be problem. Okay, we will select. Okay, here's the primary ledger. We have already created the primary ledger, as you all know. Let's search a primary ledger. We have to assign this business unit to this primary ledger, so that the Oracle will understand that the same legal entity is same. Okay, here you can see the primary ledger. If the primary ledger is different, legal entity is same, primary ledger is different, then we will assign this primary ledger here to this business unit function. Okay, so after clicking save and close, you can see that we have assigned the business unit and business function. What is this part? Manage business unit data access for user. When you click this, here this is the same part that we have seen, the data access user. What is the business unit set segment? If you will go to the task, it will allow you. Here we have to change this. Okay, here we have to change this. Okay, here we have to give the payment. Okay, that we will see. Okay, we haven't create this okay, let's, here you can see, here you can see the reference data set code. When we do the AP part, you will be getting to know what is this option is for. Okay, what is the set assignments. Okay, so this is now this is how we have created the business unit, and in correspondence to assigning the business unit business functions. Okay, so now we will move forward to our next task, and that is the employee user. Okay, what is the employee user? Okay, why we will create the employee user? Suppose, if you see here, suppose a security console. Okay, security console is there, that we have created the implementation user. Okay, we have created the implementation users, that is a test one. Okay, this one that performs 99% task under the 99% task under the Oracle Financial Fusions. Okay, and the HCM part that we will not cover here, but you have to understand the view HCM parts, that is the creation of employee user. Okay, employee user we will give again, suppose XYZ. Okay, what he does, he does 100% of the transactions. Okay, if we don't create, if we can't create the employee user, we will not be able to create the supplier, suppose. Okay, so we have to create the employee user, because an organization work only if there is an employee. We cannot just hire the implementation user and we can run an entity. Okay, we have to create the employee user, and only the employee user be assigned the various different tasks, like the managerial part, the transactional part. Okay, and the difference between this and employee user is that employee user has to perform the transactional entries. Okay, so what we will do, we will create the employee user and we will convert implementation user as an employee user. Okay, so before we create the employee user, you have to understand Before creating an employee user, we have to understand about the legislative data group. Okay, what is a legislative data group? The short form is LDG. Okay. Okay, legislative data group are used to determine the legislation for legal employers. Okay, a legislative data group is a combination of legislation, currency, costing, and structure. Okay, here it means that the legislative data group is one for one legal entity in a single country. It cannot be many LDG. Okay, there is only it means that it means the laws and regulation, the taxes in the country is applied, what are the roles, what are the standards follows, what are the taxes or etc things are being followed. Okay, so now one country has one LGDV. Okay, so now first we will create the legislative data group. Again we have to go to the so LGDV is a common search, it cannot be easy find in the implementation project program. We have to search it. Again under actions, here we have to create the search, and we search legislative data group. Okay, legislative data group. Okay, we go to the legislative data group, manage legislative data group, and we will create the LDG. Without creating the LDG, we will not be able to create the employee user. Okay, employee user are bound under this LDG. We will create the LDG and see. Okay, we have to give the name LDGV. Okay, so we are using test1 LDG. Okay, the country, of course we will search the United States. Okay, we will fill out this fields. Okay, currency used by this. Okay, you can see the currency is automatically recorded when we have click on the countries. Okay, when we have to submit cost allocation structure. If you have any if you are using a cost allocation structure, you can create the cost allocation structure here. Okay, we will submit it, and a request has been submitted of LDG. Okay, we click on OK and we move. Okay, done. And now we have to assign this LDG to a legal entity. How LDG, how the application, how this Oracle will understand that this LDG is created for this legal entity. So we have to assign the legal entity, we have to assign the LDG to this legal entity. Okay, here you will see that when you ask about the HCM information, when we click on manage the primary legal entity. Okay, we will search the legal entity in the task. Here manage legal entity, and here you will see manage legal entity. Okay, HCM information. Okay, we have to go to this task, select an ad and apply and go to task. Okay, so we will be able to see the LDG we have created. Okay, which LDG we have created, we will be able to see here. Here you can see the test1 US legal entity we have created. So you click there and click save and close. Okay, here you will see the legal entity. Okay, the LDG is assigned to this legal entity. So now we have to edit this. Now we have to edit this LDG. Okay, we have to assign it here. We will first click on edit and click on update. Okay, we just says okay, and we have to come here on the payroll statutory unit because LDG is related to the employer. Okay, so here on the legal employer you can recorded the information about this particular employee, like workday information. Here you can see work start time, end time, and what is the legal employer information is also available, you can see, and associated business units. All these you can assign to him. Here you will go to the payroll statutory unit, where you have to edit. Here you associated the legislative data group, you search it that we have created the legislative. Okay, you click on OK and you submit it. Okay, so this is how we can assign the LDG to this employer. Okay, click on OK, done. Okay, and you can see that this user is assigned to this LGD under this business unit. Okay, so now we will create an employer. Okay, we will just create an employer again from you can go from here, or you can go to the search options about the manage users. Okay, when you click manage users, okay, here you will create the user. Okay, if you have created any user, you can just click it and edit. Okay, we create first a user. We just create the user. Okay, and you can see the email. We have to provide an email, that is the mandatory option here, and the person type. Okay, here we will just select the employee. The legal employer is test 1 business unit, that is assigned to him. Okay, and this is how we created a user. The user, we haven't created a user, we have created an employee, so we will click save and close. Okay, now we will go and see the user, the employee we have created. Again here, oh, on security console, here you can see the user we have created, the employee user is created, that is associated worker information is POIU, and this is the business unit. And here this we haven't provided. Suppose we will log in from this user. We will log in with this user. Let's see. Here you can see only the approvals are given to him, others is not given. And here you can see, okay, why? Because it is the employee user only, and we haven't assigned him any roles to this employer. If we will assign him roles to this employer, we will be able to see what are the tasks and what are the configuration, what are the things he can manage. Okay, again we will back to a back to an employer. Now here we will create an employer, and we will assign that employer, that means that we will link to that employer to a implementation user. Okay, again here we will go. Again it will ask manage users. Okay, here we will not use this enter username. Person type is employee. And we click this link user account, where we can link this employer and to this implementation project manage implementation user. Okay, we have to select it. Okay, here you can see the test one. Okay, we'll just link this user to that. Click on OK and we click save and close. Now what happens here, we will see in the user that this user is also the employer of this entity. Okay, so we will go again under the tools. We have seen the security console, and we will able to see whether a user is implementation or whether an employee user is implementation or not. Okay, you can see the test one. Here you will see that this associated worker information is provided, that the worker name is that, person number is that, and the job business unit is that. So this is how the employee user implementation user can be created as an employee user. Okay, but we have to assign the limited options to that user if we are for moving forward with the implementation user as an employee user, because implementation user has an access to log in from anywhere, any part. Okay, so the data will be compromised. Okay, then we click on done. So in the today's session we have covered how to create manage location, how to create a business unit, and how will be assign an employee user to the implementation programmer. Okay, okay, so now from tomorrow we will do in the next session we are going to see the rapid implementation. How suppose we will not be going, suppose and a programmer, suppose and a client is coming from one user to another ERP, and it will be like this, that we have to implement bulk of data into the Oracle Fusion Financial. How will be done? It will be done by the rapid implementation. Okay, what is rapid implementation and how this will be used in the rapid implementation, this will be covered. Okay, so this rapid implementation we will do in the next session. So for now we are going to close the session. Thank you for joining us, and see you soon in the next session. Okay, thank you.